Alrighty, it's 7 o'clock, so we're going to get started. Would like to welcome everybody to the August Zoning Board of Appeals meeting. Thanks for attending. Noreen, would you like to do roll call?
Kevin Scully.
Present.
Jim Postiglione.
Here.
Tzba.
Here.
John Seeley.
Here.
Zach Murphy.
Here.
Please rise for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States. Yeah, me too. Me too. Me too. And please just make note of the fire exits in case of emerging behind you and then behind us over here. Ready. First up, we have a new public hearing for Bito. Please step up. Yeah, turn those mics on, please.
And move them
move
close
them
to you.
close to you. So. Put it.
All right, I'll do
Hello,
that.
Okay, state your names, please.
I'm Ilona Bito.
My name is Robert Kutchik. I'm the designer for Ilona.
Welcome. So, would you like to just refresh the board since
Sure.
what we discussed at the last meeting and what your plans are?
Yeah, it's an appeal for relief in order to build an accessory apartment that is 335 square feet as designed, while the town requirement is 450 square feet. So that's the appeal there. And the last meeting, we looked over the plans and just, to my mind, showed how there's no way to go laterally to build out in any direction. So it'd be quite a hardship for Ilona and her family to try and build a new foundation wall or something like that. And it has always been essential to their vision, her family, of inhabiting the space, that this accessory apartment could be used for guests and family and caregiving and rental.
All stays within the same footprint.
Yes.
Did we have a discussion where we asked them to speak, to find out more because of the rental? Would you have to get another permission? Did we say that to you at all? Does that have to go in front of another board if he's going to plan on renting that out?
I believe all short-term rentals and stuff like that start with the town board.
Right.
But you also have to, even for the accessory apartment, you have to have a permit from the building inspector, and once a year, the building inspector does come and inspect the apartment to make
Yeah.
sure it stayed the way that it's supposed to. You
Yeah.
have to open the public hearing, so we can't go too much further.
Oh, okay. I'd like to, thank you, Noreen.
Yeah,
I'd
what we
like to
spoke
make a
of was,
motion, one second, I'm sorry. I'd like to make a motion to open the public hearing for Bito.
Second motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was just saying what we spoke of had to do with short-term rental and that process, and that Ilona had begun that in the past. And that's kind of what set into motion, making a proper apartment. Really facing what it would take. What if you have people come into your house, and is there separation?
I get it. I just wanted to point it out to you the last time that there's other avenues you have to go to get the permission to do that. So,
Yeah,
that's not in front of us now. That was just
yeah.
for your knowledge going forward. Is Does anyone on the board here have any questions on the update that was just given to us from the applicant? Is there anyone else here in the public that would like to speak on this or have any comments? Yes, step up, please. Go to the podium and just turn that on there, please. The switch is on top of the mic.
And speak into it.
Am I good?
Yes, state your name.
Claus Larson, Rye Hill Road.
How you doing?
Good.
Good.
I don't know what the procedure is.
Yeah, just go
What's on
ahead.
your mind?
What do you got in mind? What do you want to talk about? How about those Mets?
About the what?
The Mets, that's all right. That's it.
Hi, should I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, good.
In my opinion, that our local Monroe homeowners community is under a siege by KJ leadership and their fellow associates. Just a short walk along Ludlam Road, you can see examples of residencies that have been bought and placed for rental. One way to identify these properties is the absence of maintenance. Strong consideration should be considered regarding a local town law requiring a minimum of 10 years of residency before the zoning board should even consider it a variance. As far as the applicant, the petitioner, they don't live there, right? You do not reside there.
I do.
They live in Brooklyn,
I don't know.
or Queens,
No.
as far as I know. They purchased the property approximately 2 years ago. The request for variance, which I find very strange, is from Brooklyn, dated August 10th, 2024. Why not Monroe? That I don't understand. I'm under the impression there is a second owner. That Mr. Beto is not the only owner. There's two owners. I don't know how true that is. If there's more owners, they should be included with paperwork, requests, etc. And that's pretty much what I have to say.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else out there that has any comments? Come on up. No, you come on up to the, yeah. State your name.
Christine Trinkle. I also live on Rye Hill Road in Ludlam.
Turn that down.
Yeah, bring it.
The angle of the
Bring it
mic.
to your mouth a little bit.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah, that's
There
good.
you go.
So my question is, I don't want this to be something that it becomes a precedent for other houses in the area. As far as I know, we really have not had this going on. So I'm concerned about it being the first and then it going on like all over.
What do you mean, this going on? What?
An additional dwelling, all right, being placed on a piece of property. You know, I mean, could I just do that on my property and just build a 450 square foot building if I, chose to? And is that what's going to, if we get this through, or they get this through, then this becomes a precedent for other people to say, well, you allowed this to happen there, and for this to continue. And I'm interested in finding out where that is in terms of zoning.
So are you thinking that they're building an additional unit?
Yes,
Okay, that's not the case, though.
so they're going to use the piece underneath,
It's within the same footprint of the existing house.
so it's underneath.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or, no, it's
On the
not
first-
underneath.
it's on the first
On the
floor.
first floor.
Okay,
So there's no additional building going on. There's not a unit being built. It's within the same footprint of the existing structure that's there now. So what you're talking about, or what your fear is, or not fear, I don't
Yeah.
know, concern, I should
Yes.
say, is, where does it stop if a neighbor wants to build an ADU, which is a separate structure, on there, it would have to go through a lot of boards. It would have to be approved at different boards than this. So it just can't, I can't go in my backyard and build an ADU without permission. So that's not the case here.
no, but the ability to get permission, once it has been approved for one person, will be much easier,
That's not the case in this
Right.
situation.
okay?
Yeah,
There's nothing,
So I can take my storage area and then present it and make it into an ADU.
is it,
It's
Well-
already there, it's already part of the structure. So
is it already part of your house?
it's part of.
Well,
the
you'd
house.
have to go to the building inspector first, but
yeah, and stick to the code, the
stick to the
building
code and
codes.
everything like that.
Right.
And,
So I could,
yeah.
I don't,
I don't
like,
want to.
No, I'm just
No.
saying, yeah, there's,
Yeah,
But in theory, you could.
yeah, in theory, you could, right,
All right.
Stephen, so but, it's not as easy as that. You would go through the proper channels, you'd ask for the permits, you'd have to have all the drawings, it'd have to be the code,
to hire an architect.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not just as simple saying,
Right,
I'm going to put a room here.
right,
No, it's there.
yeah,
you know.
Well,
right, and you just want to transform it into that.
into a
Right.
separate living space.
Right,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks very
Yeah.
much.
no, thank you.
No problem.
Is there anybody else that has any comments? No? I don't have, do you have the application? Anyone have the application? right in front
Yeah,
of
they're
them?
not on the computer anymore.
Will I have the chance to address their concerns?
No. Yes, you can. I was going to ask you, but yes. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate, your concerns, and it's actually.
Talk to the
Yeah,
mic,
talking
please.
to the mic.
It's what Ilona's concerns too, like how she's integrating into the community, and we're trying to take every step possible. And everyone here has the opportunity to consider this accessory apartment situation only because of the zoning, only because we're asking for an area allowance because it's smaller than the requirement. Otherwise, anybody has the right. It's also in the town codes. Anyone has the right to make an accessory apartment. So we're just trying to do it in the best way, and what it gives Ilona and her family, she owns the house with her husband. There's no mysterious, backstory to this case whatsoever. It just gives her the chance to have guests stay there, and her parents, her family, and also for possible income, which the town recognizes they have the right to. And we're just trying to do it in such a careful way to make a really nice little space, and there are no adverse effects, visually to the property. or environmentally, everything stays the same.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
That's important.
Yes, it is, but I think that what you have to keep in mind is when you're using the words possible income, right? Like I said before, short-term rentals is a whole nother procedure that you would have to get approval from.
Yes.
I know you're sitting there saying everyone has the right. You know, that's a thin line. You would have to go in front of another board. You would have to have a whole nother thing there looking for approval on that. That's not in front of this board. We're the zoning board, and we're just looking at the square footage of what should be 450
Yes.
to 340 or 335.
Yeah.
So we're not going to be, you know, whatever we decide here has nothing to do with the ability to rent.
Yes.
Is
The
that-
ability to rent is just one of the ways it can be used. The right to have the accessory apartment does not depend on the use. It can be for guests, it can be for...
No, I'm just trying to make sure you understand, whatever we decide here this evening or next month, or however this is going to shake out,
Yes,
our decision has going to be nothing to do with your ability to rent.
of course, we know that,
Okay.
yeah.
You do understand it. Yes? Come on up to the mic.
I just want to know what the square footage,
Into the mic.
Very important.
okay, sorry. Is this good?
Yep.
Okay. I just want to know what the square footage of this house is presently.
It's a two-story house. It's roughly 1,500 square feet on the ground floor, and then 500 on the
So
upper
it's a
floor.
1,900 square foot house.
About 2,000.
Okay.
So we're situating the accessory apartment solely on the first floor.
Yes. All right, no other comments?
Can I add one thing? The certified letters that they received came from Brooklyn because that's where I'm based, and that's where I mailed them.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want a refresher on why you can't reach the 450 square feet?
Yes.
Why you can't reach the 450 square feet?
Yeah, gladly. The 350 is basically an addition that was made to the house, so there's a natural separation. Were we to expand into the house, we take the hallway, and that cuts off the kitchen and the master bathroom from the rest of the house. And as I showed on some graphics last time, to expand in one direction, the house is on a pitch, so there'd be a new foundation wall, like 12-foot foundation wall. Another direction would eliminate a garage. And to the other direction, it covers a kitchen window and cuts off the light there. And it just naturally fits into, that square footage there in the house. It flows well, just from a design standpoint.
It has its own bathroom, correct?
It will.
It will, yeah. Yeah.
That's what's being added. That's, in effect, the only change.
Okay, if there's
Does anybody here have the plans for that?
yeah.
I was going, you do?
Yeah.
Can I just take a peek? No, that's these?
No, that's not.
expecting other people besides this meeting? I asked you if you're expecting other people here tonight? Oh, okay.
All right, if there's no other comments, I'd like to go ahead and make a motion to close this public hearing.
One thing I just thought of, I'm not sure who it is who's buying up properties, and, because the contractors I've spoken to have mentioned that as well, that one party is trying to capitalize on, in the area. And I just don't feel that, this case is related to that in any way. It's a much different prospect. I'm trying to get Ilona and her family into that home.
Anything else?
I think that's,
Sure.
I think so.
Thomas?
Okay. I rest my case.
Yes, thank you. Okay, if there's no other comments and no questions from the board, I'd like to make a motion to close this public hearing.
Second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All righty. I think we're pretty much ready, and we have. Dylan, if you would, could you please go over the five factors?
So for the purposes of the discussion, as the board knows, the town law standards balances the benefit of the applicant and the community. Excuse me. The board considers the five factors in the balancing test for the discussion. Number one, it's whether granting the area variance will produce an undesirable change to the character of the neighborhood or a detriment to nearby properties. Any comment?
No, it stays within the same footprint.
Number two, whether the benefit sought can be achieved. Number two, whether the area benefits sought can be achieved by a feasible method other than the area variance that is sought.
I think it could.
Good.
It would be more work, but
Yeah.
things could be moved around on the interior.
Number three, whether the area variance is substantial.
No.
No.
Number four, whether the variance sought will have an adverse effect on the physical or the environmental conditions of the neighborhood.
No.
And whether the
Yes.
after that discussion, by this area variance.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the application, but I wonder if we can put a little note to that where we're not saying or given permission or have the ability to give permission that this is now a rentable unit.
Or to be subject to the building inspector and/or the town board for accessory
Yeah,
uses.
because it's been brought up so many times here.
Right.
I don't want our name should not be on that part at all.
No, we're just deciding.
Yeah.
the size. If this
Area
was to
variance solely.
exist, is 350 square feet suitable for that need? Not that that need is happening, we're not deciding that.
Yeah, so I would make a motion to approve that with that note. But that's just me.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 If anyone would like to make a motion to direct council to prepare a resolution for the chairman to sign.
I'll make a motion to direct council for a resolution for the chairperson to sign.
Second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All righty, thank you very much, but you do understand where we're coming from with that. You know, just the word rent came up so many times, it's a whole different ballgame, and
Yeah, I want it to come up because I want, everything to be understood, like the various uses. And I know that's the scary word for, neighbors and otherwise. But I just want it to be honest about everything.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good night.
Okay, thanks for hearing us out.
All right, next up on a returning public hearing, Mr. Weiss.
Right.
Okay, so Mr. Weiss is not here, but I'd like to, do I have to make, it's open, I don't have to make a motion. No, it's already open. Yeah. Since Mr. Weiss is not here, as usual, but he was here last month, and he.
No, he wasn't.
Well, when did he deliver the?
2 months ago. 2 meetings ago.
2 months ago.
And the plan and the pictures and all that?
He sent pictures
Yes,
for the last month meeting, but
right.
then didn't show up for
Right.
discussion or anything else.
Yeah, we're gonna, I just wanted to make sure. Okay, is there anybody in the attendance tonight that has any comment on this subject? No? Okay, if there's no comments, I'd, at this point, I know we've seen the pictures. Zach, I know you visited the area.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I visited the area as well, but
Yeah.
in my car.
Yeah.
And I got a pretty good view.
yeah,
of what was going
it's
on.
pretty cut and dry.
It is.
I think at this point, I'd really like to make a motion to close this public hearing.
Second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
aye.
Aye. And I'd actually like to move, he doesn't have to be present here for us
Oh, I mean-
to move forward on this. So if that's the case, council, let's, can we hit those five?
Take the second on that.
Kevin?
So, again, as the board knows, the board balances the benefit to the applicant against the detriment to the community in making its decision in this discussion. Considering the 5 factors. Number 1, whether granting the area variance will produce an undesirable change to the character of the neighborhood or a detriment to the nearby property.
No.
Number 2, whether the benefit sought can be achieved by any feasible method other than the area variance.
Oh, no.
Number 3, whether the area variance is substantial.
No.
No.
4, if the area variance will have an adverse effect on the physical or the environmental conditions of the neighborhood.
No.
No.
And whether the difficulty in this scenario will self-create.
No.
No.
Is now to approve or deny if the board so chooses.
Yeah, so I'd like to go ahead and make a motion to approve the application.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I'll make a motion to have council write up a tippy orange bean.
To prepare a resolution
Yeah.
for the chairman to sign.
Yeah.
I'll second that,
One of those. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, sir. Okay, returning project, Pena.
Good evening.
How you doing?
I'm fine. How are
State your name, please.
you? Isaúl Peña Palma.
Okay. So, why don't you give the board a synopsis, a recap of what you're looking to accomplish here?
Yes, I would like to. I dropped the blueprint from last month to see if he to get approved from the addition, like from the permit. I would like to close.
Right. So we are here, so there's quite a few pre-existing non-conforming conditions. Could you guys do me a favor and just close that door back there, please? Thank you. So you went to the building inspector, and he referred you here for what reason?
Yes, okay. We purchased a house last year, October 25th, 2023.
Right?
And in the last moment, the last week, we got notice from the inspector. He sent a letter to a lawyer. We can, there's still an open permit.
Right.
And so we got a process. We closed the permit from the deck. Everything was fine. But the last owner, he built a room on top of the deck. He never opened a permit. He never closed it. The last one too. So we got a process into the, with the building inspector. He told me what to do. We got everything all together finally, and we passed the inspection from the deck. And he told me to, if I take the room away, it's gonna be easier for me to proceed with the new room again, and that's what I did.
Right.
And he told me to get the blueprints from architect. I did it too.
Right.
And
Go ahead.
and that's what and later he told me, well, he had to send me here to these meetings, and I'm
Yep,
here.
that's right.
Yes.
So the room that was put on by the previous owner,
Yes.
did you tear it down
Yes.
and you rebuilt?
No.
You're waiting to rebuild.
And you're
Right.
rebuilding to the exact same parameters.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly the same size.
Exactly the same. Exactly
Okay.
the same.
I remember, yes.
like it
Yes.
was.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's just making up for the previous owner's mistake
Yeah.
of
Yes.
not going through the
Right.
permit.
Yes.
Yep.
That's why most of the letter is all pre-existing,
Yeah.
non-conforming.
And we appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very nice of you. Thank you.
I think that, the application is very good. You've given us everything that we've asked for, and I do appreciate that. So if there's any other questions or comments from the board on this project,
Verified lot.
right. Right, need to verify, yeah, that's right. Did you contact the surveyor for the lot coverage?
No, you told me last month it wasn't necessary because everything, we just gotta do the same thing like it was before.
I think letter F are also pre-existing.
Yeah.
They're not pre-existing here on this letter because it was torn down.
Yeah.
And he's building it to the same exact parameters, so nothing's changing on the footprint.
All right, if there's no other comments, then I think we can go ahead and schedule a public hearing. I'd like to go ahead and make a motion to get this on a public hearing. Are we?
We do have, need to be verified by lot coverage,
Yeah, no.
verified by surveyor.
Yeah, that's the note that we had here. But I remember having a conversation with Dave today,
Okay.
and I can't remember what he said about this. So instead of holding it up,
Yeah.
we'll go through and we'll get it addressed through the public hearings. Is that all right? So I'd like to go ahead and make a motion to move this to a public hearing. Noreen, what's the next?
September 24th.
Okay. For the September 24th ZBA meeting.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All righty, so Noreen, he's going to have to do some, so keep,
Paperwork to do.
yeah. All right, you're going to have to do mailings, but Noreen, you're in good hands with Noreen. She'll take good care of you. Yeah,
I know,
all righty?
yes.
Thank you.
Very much.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Okay, next up will be the Town of Monroe Planning Board. Okay, no one there. At this time, I would like to make a motion to have a quick client attorney discussion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All righty, thank you for your time. I'd like to go ahead and make a motion to come back from the client attorney meeting.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All righty, so what we have in front of us is the Town of Monroe Planning Board. And we've all got the decision resolution from the attorney a few weeks ago. So I'm trusting that we've all gone through it and read it and found it to be accurate. I know, Kevin, you found a couple typos.
One.
Yes.
I speak English teacher.
Yeah, yep, that's good. So, anyone have any comments or statements on the decision resolution that we had drafted up?
Negative.
No? No, we're all good?
I have a comment on the building inspector.
Okay.
He said on number 3,
On page
On pa-
3? or-
Page 9, number 3, right? Item 3?
he'd mentioned number 1 and 3, that he just wanted further clarification if further appropriate relief was needed, that they needed to go back to the planning board, that should maybe be added in there somewhere. That if the applicant wanted further relief, that they would have to go back to the planning board. I didn't read number 3.
I don't,
Are you talking page 4?
9.
page 9, numbers 1 and 3.
Page 9, item
Recreational
3.
area and barn storage.
I mean, that's not up to us, is it?
No, it's not up to us. Yep,
Want me to mention it? I'm
okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for
Counselor, is
mentioning that.
Correct?
He said he wanted clarification if they needed further relief, did they need to return to the planning board?
They, meaning the applicant?
The
Because the applicant is the planning board.
Summercrest.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up, but,
I'll tell him to email Dave if there's
Yeah.
a question.
all right. So, then if there's no other comments from the board here, I would like to go ahead and make a motion to approve the decision resolution.
Second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And then I'd like to go ahead and make a motion to give permission to draw up the, oh, it's right here. Got it. Yeah, so we're good.
As long as there's no changes.
There's no change. The changes were made. All righty.
I will read the conclusion into the record.
Would you please? Thank you.
Conclusion and determination on appeal. The use determination of the building inspector dated August 10th, 2023, on premises located along Lakes Road and Pinecrest Lane, Town of Monroe, New York, in the RR1 zoning district, and shown on the tax map as Section 3, Block 3, Lots 12 and 15.2 are hereby reversed in part and affirmed in part. Number 1, the 13 identified as seasonal/summer dwellings, 27, 33, 35, 37, 39, 43, 45, 47, 49, 51, 53, 55, 57, and 59 Pinecrest Lane may not be legally used as such, nor as summer cottages or a summer cottage development, absent further appropriate relief. Number 2, the 4 structures determined as having a legal use on file as single-family year-round dwellings, 25, 29, 31, and 41 Pinecrest Lane, may be legally used as such. Number 3, the 2 structures determined by the building inspector as having a legal use on file as a recreation area or community building and a barn storage accessory structure may not be legally used as such, absent further appropriate relief.
Thank you, sir. All right, appreciate that. Okay, moving on to new projects. Abrams? How you doing tonight?
Good, how are you?
Doing well.
Hello.
Hey, thank you for speaking up like that.
Well, I
Yeah.
do some audio
Yeah.
from time to time.
State your names, please.
Lynn Abrams?
And Joe Fedor.
Okay, how you doing, all right?
Good.
So what can we do for you?
So we have a non-conforming, very non-conforming lot, and it had a
I'm sorry.
pre-existing.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. That's these?
Yes. Sorry for the confusion. I saw you guys opening and closing them on. So we have a pre-existing 3-season room built on top of a garage on a slab. And the room had these slanted windows and everything leaked. And we overstepped to stop the water from intruding. So what we're really asking for is an area variance to keep the shed roof that we put over the slab and the straightening the wall, the gable wall on the end of that three-season room, and add a staircase off of that slab down to a pre-existing walk.
So when you say you overstepped,
There was water coming in, and I did it.
you did it. Okay. Yep.
What exactly did you do?
Built the shed roof.
Shed roof. What was there before, a flat roof?
No, the slab, the concrete slab above the garage.
There was nothing
So-
covering that area.
What was covering the garage?
The slab. The
Oh,
slab,
so it was
it's
which
a
is
structural
which is a
slab.
flat roof?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
So it was a cement roof?
Cement roof
Okay.
on
so,
top of a
yes.
garage.
Okay.
And then they had these angled, very 1960s,
I understand.
big sheet glass makeshift windows in it,
And what is the garage made of?
concrete.
So the wall structure,
Everything.
wall structure, the ceiling structure, it's all concrete?
Yeah, yep.
Okay, now I get it.
Yeah.
It's like you might have too much load on there, but now I understand.
The footprint of the room didn't change. The roof is over the slab, but it's basically the same footprint that was. But we'd like to also, well, hopefully, add a staircase down to the walkway.
Did you have plans drawn up for the roof?
We did.
Okay, before you built it?
No.
do we have a copy of the plans?
You
you are.
should. I
Yeah, those
I
plans.
did a single
meant-
plan. I didn't give you the full set.
Okay,
Okay, that's, yeah.
that's, all
I
right.
wasn't sure. I also
Well,
asked
you've had an
Maureen.
architect look at it since, and they drew up plans?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to want to see them.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I didn't bring them.
Okay, but it was-
you certainly can see them.
Somebody who,
Those in paper copy, or you want,
I'll take an email.
Yeah. Emails.
have it done in a PDF?
Sure.
And I'll send it out to the full.
Yeah, sure.
So just to be clear here, I'm looking on the survey. So we're talking about what is called the enclosed porch? Is that what we're talking about?
Correct.
Right here? Okay. Right by the deck? Is that right?
Hold on, let me open this. You guys are looking at the survey?
Yeah, this
Smaller one, yes.
the
what you're
smaller
looking at there.
survey.
Let's see, we are in the neighborhood of, we're in the, yes, not the enclosed porch in the back, not the deck, those are pre-existing. Where it says porch awning edge
Okay.
and porch. So the dashed area is the new shed roof.
I'd also, if you're going to be sending the rest of the plans, I'd also like to see some photos.
There were
was photos in
photos
there.
in the building inspector's
There's photos.
denial.
You have them there with you?
Yeah.
In your application packet.
Got 'em.
You got them too somewhere here. I'll get you.
Okay. All right, I understand what you did here.
Did you see it? Go back 3.
This is after the fact.
That's after the fact.
Would you happen to have any before
There's one in there
that says before?
as a before.
Fine.
Or was the top of this used as like a porch or balcony?
Yeah, it was a three-season room
Oh,
prior.
a three-season room?
Yeah,
Okay.
Well, no, the room was there.
The
And
room's
there
always-
was nothing over, it was just kind of like a flat, like patio area before,
Like a flat deck on top of the garage area.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then
that's-
now you've put a roof over it, so
Now
if
you
you
put a
walk
roof
on the
over
deck,
it.
you're not getting wet in the rain.
correct.
There was no
And
roof
neither
over it
is the
before.
sill
There was
of
no
the
roof.
house.
Okay, so I'm getting confused when you say three-season room.
The three-season room is the slanted pitch windows that they had. They took those windows out and replaced it with a new wall.
Yes.
So I drove by today. It looks nice.
The roof line is in line with the garage, the concrete garage?
Yes.
It matches up to the side of the house. Didn't put new stairs in, right? You
No
haven't
new
done that yet?
stairs.
So
Nope.
these are in the picture, those are the
In the
current ones.
picture, that's what we would like to add.
So, okay, gotcha.
So where would I'm having a hard time seeing those pictures.
Yeah.
So on the survey, where we were just talking about before, where would you like to put the stairs in relation to that survey?
The dashed line,
You see the dash line?
there's a walkway just in front of the dashed line. We'd like to go from the dashed line to the walkway with the stairs. Or thereabouts, depending on how many steps it might have to move.
To the south of that dash line you're talking?
Yes.
Okay.
It's important to know that only because I don't want to add any more of the offset issues that are here, even though it looks like all of not all of them, but most of the problems are pre-existing, non-conforming. One, A, B, C, D.
Yeah, because it's an SR10, but there's no
Right.
sewer, so.
So what are we're on E there, your rear yard is the west side rear of the house is 3 foot off of the property line.
Yeah, pre-existing.
That's
just
pre-existing?
the way it was purchased. I don't know who did that.
Doesn't state that here. And then there are lot area coverage. It's 50% existing estimate. Surveys 33%. See, the rest of the board, you see what I mean there on E where it says the encroachment because of proposed addition?
Yeah.
What are we referring to?
Should be 54 feet was,
It's not saying pre-existing.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, this is not
Yeah.
causing a 57-foot encroachment.
no, I know, that's why I would like to
Yeah.
know what proposed addition you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Are they talking of, is he talking about just that roof line?
I think he was talking about the roof line, the way he explained it to me. He said because it wasn't there, even though the footprint hasn't changed, the roof line counts as
Well,
something
I
else.
think it was probably originally 54 feet, and now it's 57. That's the only thing I could think of.
West side rear of the house is 3 feet from the property line.
Okay. Well, that's not,
Unless he's talking about this enhanced porch.
yeah.
It's either the deck, right, your enhanced porch here.
But it's not.
So that enhanced porch, that was,
Yeah, that's
Closed.
that's enclosed, that, you didn't add that?
No, that was there.
The only thing you added was the roof?
I
The
guess we'll-
roof on the front of the house near the porch awning edge note.
Okay.
And I don't understand why F is not pre-existing if,
Yeah.
so I guess, Noreen, can we ask the building inspector to clarify E and F of the variances? Thank you.
When you put the roof up, how is the stormwater discharge directed?
The stormwater will have to be discharged through this gutter that's already existing. And that just discharges down to the street to the like little swale that kind of flows down the road.
Those pictures digitally, are they better?
Should have the application via, that's when my computer died those 2 weeks in July. So everything that I emailed out to any of the board members, I don't have record of because I wasn't on the server. But the application should have them in color. Oh,
Are
you know
yours
what?
color?
You know what, when I scanned them today, they
Would
were
you like these? These are in
Yeah,
color.
can I see those, please?
colorblind. What's he need color for?
It's, the other ones are tough. It's much better, much better.
When I scanned it today, I didn't put it in color.
No, it's not, it's, when you scanned it, like, you scan it during a fog storm, or you got really,
That's the
it
machine.
was a steam room or something, I
The
just
guy was
don't
in
know.
the sauna.
Three-dimensional model here, you know?
I'm gonna go build them. I'm gonna bring, you know what? I'm gonna bring one of those popsicle sticks
These are, everyone's.
and glue, and I'm gonna build models for you guys.
Could you please?
What do you want out of my life?
The new roof does not have a gutter. The roof, the existing roof has the gutter.
How is that new roof gonna drain?
So it's just draining onto your driveway, correct?
Right now, it's draining on the
Do
driveway.
you plan on putting a gutter on it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Continuous
That was
gutter.
my question before. so,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Sorry if I didn't make that clear.
More, comments, questions?
No, this is Sapphire, correct? This is Lake Sapphire?
Yeah.
It's a little crazy back there in terms of following codes, so
Oh,
it
yeah.
makes sense that if you purchased a house, that it had a couple of these little. So these are all pre-existing nonconformities, and they're not really messing with what's wrong currently. They're just working in the front of the house.
Lake Sapphire used to have a great dock where we used to, when we were kids, ride our bikes down that road, right off of the dock, the bike and all go right in the lake. It was great. I was always the best. But that goes without saying, no.
Yeah, we, clarification from
Yeah,
Ben on
we're
what's
gonna
going
get
on with
that.
E and F.
Yeah, this is more Ben questions than anything else.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you.
All right, we'll get those questions from Ben, but I don't see. a
See, Ben
reason-
is the building inspector.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I know
Keep
Ben
throwing
is.
that out there. I just wanna make sure we all.
So I'd like to go ahead and make a motion to put this on the September 24th zoning board meeting for
Public hearing?
public hearing. Thank you.
Second that.
With the condition that we get the,
Yep.
you have the plans for the roof.
Yeah, the rest
Yep.
of the plans?
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
I'll
Yep.
email the set.
All righty?
Yeah. Or copy. I can do both, whatever you guys
Yeah,
want.
Yeah.
Digital is fine with me.
Yeah,
I
digital.
don't.
That's good. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Great,
Yeah,
thank you.
Want your color photos?
No, that's okay. You can keep those for the.
Make them so they.
Thank you for your time.
Reach out to me next week, because you're gonna have to have a letter. And then you have to do the mailings, and it's return receipt certified. And then it'll get posted in the newspaper beforehand and everything.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good night.
Good night.
All right, next up, new project. Abrams? Oh, I'm sorry.
He wants to do it again.
No, I'm sorry.
We're not done with you.
No, we get back here. Russell. Turn the page, Chip. Turn the page.
Oh,
How you doing tonight?
Good, thank you. I'm Brandon Russell. I live at 12 Lakeview Drive, Monroe.
What can we do for you?
I'm putting an addition, a small addition on my living room, 5 foot wide by 12 foot long, and a deck. So I applied for the building permit, and so it was turned down because of the lot width and the side yard.
hasn't been put on yet.
What's that?
The addition has not been built yet.
No, that's why I'm here.
Thank you.
You'd be surprised.
I want to clarify, we're all on the same page here. That's all.
And Noreen, this is one of the packages I left in haste on my, yes.
Laying on it?
All righty, so what we have here is lot width, 75 foot. Your lot has 50 foot. So that's a difference of 25 feet. That's a pre-existing non-conforming condition. Correct?
Yes,
And then your side yards, you have 15 foot for one, 30 for total. The corner of the house is 3.9 and 19.6 total from property line. This also is a pre-existing non-conforming. Correct?
yes, that's correct.
So then I guess, Zach, I'm going to ask you, do we have plans?
I did not see.
No, I just wanted to make sure, because every time I said that, you got them.
Hey, you got me on that one. No, but I did take a look at the house.
Yeah.
And I saw the lot. And
It's a weird lot?
yeah, it's just, right on the lake, so a lot of those were built with longer, thinner lots.
Yeah.
So you kind of have all these pre-existing nonconformities just based on how it was built
They're all
previously.
50 feet wide.
Yeah, exactly. So when you need 75 feet and they're all built 50 feet wide, we get to this point.
And so also, just there's a plan that shows that what I'm doing isn't coming out any farther than the existing house. It's just squaring it up and really giving me a view of the lake, a little bit more of a view of the lake. It's squaring up the house and adding a deck on the back.
So do you have plans for it?
Yes, I've submitted
Okay.
the plans to the building inspector,
Okay.
the building department, and
All right.
and I did, and
And how about a survey? Do you have a survey?
yeah, the survey was done. Lot coverage, we're good on the lot coverage, 28%.
We don't have, the,
I have one.
you have, what, you got the survey there?
Copies of those,
Of what?
the
Yeah.
survey and your plans
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
that you turned into the building department? If you can get a copy and
Yeah,
email
no,
it to me,
I just wanted,
Oh, yeah, okay.
then I'll
I
get
thought
it out
that-
to the board.
I thought he would give them all to you. And,
No, he's not required to do that.
oh, I see, okay.
And I didn't ask him. We don't have a machine here to scan plans,
Okay,
so they're too big for us. So your surveyor, he should be able to just send it right to you on your computer, and you can just forward it to me.
yeah, well, yeah, I have all that.
so the survey that you have, does it show the existing, no, does it show the proposed addition on it?
Oh, yes. it does.
Okay, and it's a stamp, so we just got to get a copy of that survey with the stamp on it, and then a copy of your plans. This way it gives us a better picture of what you're doing here.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I've seen that.
That we have.
Yeah, but that's not that's not your full survey.
No, but this is what Ben,
Yep,
Ben came up with, because I had an original survey, and then when I applied for the building permit, he said the survey was too old. So then I had a new survey done, and at that point, I also had the architectural drawings for what I'm doing. And then his concern was lot coverage. And so the architectural drawings were done on the old survey.
okay.
And then when I submitted the application, he basically did this and seemed to be okay with that, because otherwise I'd have to go back to the architect and have him put that on the new survey. I didn't think that was necessary.
Yeah. So we'd like to see the survey.
Yeah.
We'd like to see your new survey,
Yeah, okay.
right, with the seal
Well,
and,
it is, yeah, okay. You want the survey with the seal of this?
Yes.
yep, okay?
I got
And
that.
then the
plan.
architectural plans.
Okay. All of them? I mean, there's about 6 pages of those.
Yeah.
Probably just the first 2 pages is what you need.
Well, I'd like to see them all.
Yeah, okay.
Okay?
Yeah, here's the thing, if it turns out we want to see another one, that's another meeting.
We just delay it.
Give us what you got.
Yeah, give us everything you
Yeah,
got.
I wish I knew all this. I thought I had everything ready
Yeah.
for this.
No, it's
Yeah,
okay.
no, I understand.
Don't be so hard. Don't be so hard on yourself.
I'm used to it. Okay, so I think I understand. So
Okay.
how many copies of the survey? 6?
Yeah,
Just, do you want PDF or do you want hard copy?
I'm fine with PDF.
Yeah, PDF's fine.
Everybody else is up.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
PDF's fine.
Yeah, so just email it to me,
Yeah.
and then I'll email it out to the full board.
Okay, fine.
And then you don't have to pay for more copies.
All right, great. And so, anything else after that?
Nope, just the plans and the survey.
Yeah. And then the next meeting on the 24th, what about that?
Fourth, we'll we'll relook at them the 24th or
Yeah, come in, so get those
Yeah.
to me as soon as you can. I'll get them to them, and then on the 24th, they'll review everything, and then after that, they'll probably do the public hearing.
I see.
So you'll have a delay.
Okay. All right. I'll do
Great.
that. Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Night.
Have a good night.
You too. Safe ride home.
Okay, and I think that concludes our business this evening. We have no minutes, right? So I'd like to go ahead and make a motion to close the Zoning Board of Appeals meeting.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.